All good. So, welcome back to another episode of the Sweet Light Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4. This is your host, C. Null. That is DJ. No, that is I got that wrong last week. That is the Phasing Octopus that we call DJ, who is a DJ amongst 7 other things. I'm Eugene Wright. Tim could not be here, but he may join us during FaceTime. It just depends on what type of shit he got going on in his world. Special guest of the day, Jade is back with us. She joined us on the warm-up episode. And we have CoCo's from CoCo's Tea Podcast.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I was drinking before we started now. I'm trying to get it together. I'm pulling it in. Everybody's late, so
all of y'all was late.
Yeah. I came straight from Atlanta, man. My bad.
It's all good. So no 2-week recap because it's been 1 week, so we went back to back because we missed a week before last episode. But now we're back on schedule for every other week. Mm-hmm. How was your week this week?
I mean, corporate shit, dealing with white people.
That's funny.
It's a big weekend for A&M. We had a black tie event, which I missed. Black tie gala, raising money for scholarships. Then we having an all-day party tomorrow. Then if you're alumni, we having a meeting Sunday at 4:00 at the JCCO building. So my whole weekend gonna be devoted to that. Yeah, and this. Yeah.
Shout out, because I definitely ain't going to the alumni stuff because I'm not an official alumni.
It's all good.
My nigga Ozu said last episode, I went to A&M. I went though.
Hey, once a bulldog, always a bulldog, So.
True. But shout out to him. My past week. This week was actually very cool. I try to make the most out of my day job stuff now. Yeah. But the highlight was bringing students from Winona up into the office, and this time our topic was, it's an ongoing thing I always do with them, but this topic was the effects of cyberbullying. With us being a communication company and data network, social media, it just all plays hand in hand. But yeah, shout out to Wu. She came through, and I made a call to her. She came through and spoke to them as well about the long-term effects of cyberbullying and how that can translate into adulthood, stuff she see in her day-to-day job. Kids wrote notes to put in a random mailbox. They ain't even put their name on it. Just when somebody having a bad day, they could pull it out. So shout out to Wu for bringing her talents and what she does to help out with the kids. Also, shout out to all the volunteers that work with me that help with that as well. And shout out to them students for taking that ratchet hood picture with me. I always try to make sure they be themselves when they come. So
yeah.
I tell all the teachers.
Oh, that reminds me. That's what that was. I saw my cousin in that picture.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
My cousin works with you.
Look how little Birmingham is.
Yeah. Too small.
Yeah, A.V. and niece. Yeah.
How'd you know?
They told me one day at work, and I meant to tell you about that. So yeah, I know Biggs.
Tristan.
Yeah, all of them.
Those are my cousins.
I swear to God, bother them every day. So shout out to them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Don't be too modest, man. Tell everybody about your project too. Yeah.
Oh
yes.
Yeah. That came out today actually. It's called Hood Niggas Need Love Too. Because I never make songs for women. I've been told that over the past 15 years I've been rapping. And like I said online, honestly, I'm not the guy you want to go to for relationship advice. My track record shows different. But
oh my God.
But at the same time, like, I understand love, I understand that dynamic, and hood niggas do need love. I don't want to be, I ain't saying nothing about street niggas. I ain't one of them.
So you gotta distinguish.
Yeah, you gotta distinguish that. It's just my idea of like a realistic approach when you have like a different background. Because usually the type of girls I date, they come from like these good backgrounds. I like a good girl, I can't front it. But then I'm like very ratchet in my own way. And I come from a ratchet environment, so it's like if I show you that, you kind of got to be cool with that. So this is just my take of making songs for women. It's just called.
I think that's normal though. Like guys who are pretty ratchet, they like girls. I think that's the standard. Yeah.
I'm not ratchet. I like good girls.
You're a different animal. We ain't doing all that. Tag team back again.
DJ. Hey, just new to me, huh? I ain't do like no prolific shit. during my little week, I fucked around with Vegas Pro 14, trying to figure this video shit out. Put a video out tomorrow, probably. I don't know. But other than that, started working again.
He said that's so depressing.
I hate working again. No, dog. I fucking hate working, dog. Like this past month when I ain't worked nowhere and I could just do art, I've been great. Like my life, I ain't been upset. You know what I'm saying? And everything pissed me off, dog. And so like, shit's been great, but I gotta start working.
Then we gotta get some cash, man. Maybe we need to rob. We need to rob a Burger King. So we can I'm just talking.
Hold us over for
that. Ain't gonna a day, nigga.
See, no, they don't know. They didn't criminal right. You gotta hit the safe. It's a time safe. So you gotta go early in the morning, late at night. Don't ask me how I know all that.
Oh my God! I don't know how to get into that safe.
Yeah. You gotta know when the
somebody on the inside.
Yeah.
Work them supervisors, dog.
But
drive through and order the number 32.
I know, right?
What the fuck is that?
Exactly. But yeah. What else I do this week? Shit, just do art and then started back working.
Jay?
Oh yeah, well, my week was okay. I had a good week. I just went to work about it, and then I'm in the Birmingham Urban League Young Professionals. We're trying to recruit people. I'm a little shy, but if you want to join the Birmingham Urban League Young Professionals, please go to our Facebook page. But yeah, it's join week, so we're trying to get people to join.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, right now I feel like my life is boring because I'm looking for a job. So
but I understand.
Well, my job at the radio station is part-time. And that's also another story. So I'm looking for full-time, stable employment with benefits so I can, shop because that's what I like.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go shopping. I want to, make my beauty routine appointments again. So I was just trying to find a job. So if y'all hiring, give a girl some money.
You ain't coming up, so nah, it's leap year this year. Fuck that. I'm sorry. It's leap year. I need some money too. Shout out to the live streamers tuning in. I don't even know what Bear said. Just can't read the comment. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Bear said, my people.
I have no idea.
Our Nigerian accountant said, you gotta start selling dope. I think he's talking to DJ. Y'all could have told me y'all was gonna have the delectables on set. Oh, you talking about y'all? Hey, shoot your shot, my nigga.
Man, you talking about my goddamn.
Hey, that nigga Bear sniping, goddamn.
Hey, this my sister, Bear. Stay away.
That Brown said denim jacket, chin wave.
Is that what that is?
Nah, that shit. The alfalfa shit.
Alfalfa shit? Okay.
Because I was like, what does that mean?
I thought he was like yeah.
He is a hard pop culture reference. It's a hard pop culture reference.
Shout out. Yeah. So before we get into the topics this week, drink menu, very quick. DJ, what the fuck is that?
This is Rogue Hazelnut Brown Nectar. So it's like a hazelnut beer. I'll get excited.
Interesting.
Yes, we have me and Corey is drinking.
Yeah, give me a little bit more. It ain't hitting yet. Yeah.
You didn't offer me a cup.
Do you want some?
You offered me the blunt though.
Hey, I didn't offer you no blunt. Don't put that on the podcast. Somebody did, but it wasn't me. Speaking of fresh,
kicking it.
Yeah, fresh is.
Damn, they
kicking it.
Rey Mysterio then.
My homie Do Fresh is in here. That's a business partner called the Sankofa Suite with me. Along with the menu, we got bottles of water, and don't worry about these. But yeah, so yeah. Topics. Where we at?
Oh yeah, did you want something to drink?
I'm gonna get her some.
Okay.
I just wanted to sip on that and some water. I'm good.
Bet. All right.
Thank you.
Well, the water's on standby. I'm gonna go get her a drink.
Yeah. So basically, the story of the week is, well, in pop culture has been
the story of the week.
Gayle King interview with Lisa Leslie about the unfortunate and untimely death of Kobe Bryant. During that interview, she asked about rape allegations in 2003 towards in regards to Kobe Bryant, and I mean any journalist would ask, but she cried about it, and the internet went into an uproar, and unfortunately, you know, people voiced their opinion, but unfortunately they sent her death threats, you know, and it just became a whole bunch of fuckery. Even Bill Cosby chimed in from prison with his Twitter account, you know. So, you know, we go around the room and talk about that. But also, I want to get everybody's perspective on that and that whole situation. And also, like, the conspiracy, you know, it's like a nigga conspiracy on the internet that Oprah and Gayle has it out for black men. That haven't really been proven, but, you know, it's, you know, it's some patterns or some evidence, but it's no definitive proof that state that. So I just want to get everybody's perspective on that topic and the conspiracy, the ongoing conspiracy on the internet in regards to Gayle and Oprah. And Bill Cosby coming from the goddamn, from behind the scenes, like WWF.
Behind the tight train dog.
Yeah, and speaking his piece. And also Snoop Dogg. He chimed in, and
Snoop Dogg got a
she called her a bitch. was that over the top? Was that a little bit too much?
Oh, yeah, nah, he was like the dog face shit.
A whole, what you said, it had a whole abbreviation.
Yeah, nah, it was like some old lady shit, too.
Yeah. You dog face hoe or some shit like that. I don't know, man. But let's go around the room and talk about that, you know.
First off,
how he gonna talk about somebody having a face look like a dog?
Hey, look, his whole gimmick.
Yeah, it's been the thing forever.
Is that supposed to be a diss?
Well, here's the thing, man. Y'all have to realize,
old, man.
Snoop, that's what I was gonna say. Snoop Dogg is old to the point where he gonna start cussing folks out and not give a fuck about it. He's just that old. Like,
he ain't even got old yet.
He ain't. Nah, I mean,
not old like that.
He's the oldest rapper living right now.
He older than Jay-Z?
That's still rapping. Yeah.
Damn. So he over 50.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, Snoop fucking.
He got grandchildren. Dren.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's about it with Snoop. Snoop, y'all just gotta start expecting that now. And he know how to use the internet to a certain degree. So we gonna see him wild out in these next 5 years. I think it's gonna lose it. It's gonna be a whole troll. Like, so, cause he ain't got nothing else to do except for
cause his page already got, he be posting silly shit.
You know what I'm saying? As far as Bill Cosby, as Dave Chappelle said, he rapes people, but he saves a lot of people.
Oh my God.
But he rapes people.
He saves people.
Yeah.
From you talking about the Dave Chappelle bit that he did.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
But yeah,
That Bill Cosby did?
No, Dave Chappelle did a bit on Bill Cosby.
On
Bill Cosby.
Like, we're not gonna look. I ain't giving him no more lashes than he need, but he definitely need them fucking lashes, because some date rape shit is a whole nother problem. But we can't take away his contributions to black culture. But at the same time, like, hey, you did some fuck shit, Bill. Like, he's one of those that depend on the coin shit. And the only reason I'm not going as hard on him on this topic, because fuck Gayle King and Oprah. That's how I feel about it. I've always felt like that.
Why have you always felt like that?
I feel like Gayle King and Oprah base their success on, for one, the idea of, and no offense to women, I'll break this down later, but see, this is why she been ready to come on the show.
Yeah.
But
you already know when somebody say no offense, it's like,
say
some shit.
Gayle King and Oprah,
another one.
specifically those two, have built their success on the idea of being a woman's right / feminism face card, but they've done it at the expense of separating themselves from black culture. And as a woman, you can make that choice. I can't make that choice for anybody, but I don't know if that success with that method is really worth the actual risk. Niggas want to pull up. He got some bullets.
Damn.
What does that mean?
He got shots for Gayle and Oprah. Like,
no, we're good.
Shut my man out. They don't want no more male energy in the room. I just fucked that up, bro. I mean, my fault.
Go ahead.
But nah, I feel like the expense of which they not establish their success, but they choose to maintain and expand it, has always been at the method of separating themselves from black culture. And the only time they do involve it is when they can show it in a light where not even that they think it's the correct way, but in a way that aligns with white America that they appease to. That's my issue with both of them. And Oprah jumped in this. Like, they definitely, niggas just started throwing Oprah in. Like,
Yeah.
but I feel like they did that because they know Gayle King is like Oprah's girlfriend. But that's another story for another
Wait a
time.
minute.
Oh my God.
Y'all, this is a lot
I'm letting go.
already.
Man, you know that's been the joke since the 90s.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah. But yeah, that was my take on it. As far as Gayle King's interview, like I said, I ain't watched the whole thing. I don't care enough to watch the whole thing.
It's not on there.
Yeah.
It was. I think they took it down. But
You gotta hit the Pirate Bay for that.
But even in that dynamic,
They take it down.
the thing that don't make sense, right,
Salacious.
is that she was saying she dismissed Lisa Leslie's contacts when we know Lisa Leslie is a close friend of Kobe Bryant. But in her apology, she was saying, "Oh, I was such a friend and Kobe was always so nice to me." Well, then why do you choose this position? She's very contradictory in her stance. But this ain't the first, like, the R. Kelly shit, thank you for that.
Wait, hold
That
on,
was
Claire.
cold.
Hold on, pause.
But-
You're saying that Lisa Leslie was contradicting herself?
No, Gayle King was.
Okay.
And her apology was like, "Oh, me and Kobe was great friends. He was always nice to
Yeah,
me.
she did.
You never saw any of the behavior that you asked Lisa Leslie about."
Mm-hmm.
So why would you pull that card? And as someone who's closer to him than you trying to throw her judgment under the bus. Or it could have been the way CBS made the scene. But I just don't care enough to watch Gayle King, except for when she interviewed R. Kelly, because the shit was hilarious. But
That shit was.
that's what I got on
The
it.
memes.
We'll keep it moving. So you now.
Okay. So I feel like it's hard to just run down like all the series of events that's happened. I feel like it'd be easier to digest like
Just
each
the
thing that
interview.
happened first. Because for me, like I think it's like it's a little bit more complex than just like
take your time.
run it.
Yeah,
Okay.
run it. You
Take
gotta
your
go.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to respond to what you said first about
Clap back.
Oprah. Not even clap back, because I like to play devil's advocate and stuff. So my question is, okay, let me provide some context here, because I won't even say biased as much as, like I said, I just like to understand the other side of like what your perspective is. So Oprah is like my television fairy godmother to me, because she was my mom was a hairstylist, and I came from school to my mom was hairstylist. Oprah was on at 4 o'clock, and I was watching Oprah every day after school, like throughout my entire childhood. And I always knew that I wanted, still to this day, I still want to be on television one day. I want to be in front of the camera. And so Oprah is the epitome of that for any black girl who wants to work in media and in television specifically. So when you say that, right, about how she has like separated herself from black culture, and me having studied what she's done to build her empire, I have a hard time understanding like maybe what black people's perception of what she's supposed to do when she's building an empire that nobody else has ever been able to do. So she's working alongside white people, and black people, not just white people, but so she's around mixed company, both black and white people. It has money that people have never seen. She's the first black female billionaire. So
Kathy Hughes too as well. Kathy Hughes, the telecom lady.
She don't have money like Oprah.
Oh, she was a billionaire. She is a
She
billionaire.
ain't no damn billionaire.
She not?
Kathy Hughes ain't no. She is not no
I know
damn
she the owner
billionaire.
of TV.
She
One.
owns Radio 1 or Reach Media. She got money. She ain't got Oprah money. Trust. So
not billions. But,
no, she got a little bit in the bank. So I guess because you're not the first person I've heard say this about, like, people feel like Oprah has separated herself from black people. But my thing is this: if you're building an empire, a corporation where you're working amongst black and white people, and you have like crazy amounts of money, don't you think to a certain degree that you're gonna start being a little removed from like what's going on with your folks when you have that kind of money and access and power? You're gonna start hanging around people who are in that same class as you, which probably more than likely is going to be a whole bunch of white people. So she gives back to Black people. She gave to the Chicago communities. She sent a whole class of young Black men to go to Morehouse College. There's a lot that Oprah has there's a lot that Oprah has contributed to the community. So I'm just wondering, like, what is it that Black people are looking for Oprah to do when she has that level of success and power?
That's fair.
I mean, it's a real question.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand she made a lot of money, but I still feel like and I'm not expecting her to give away her billions to the Black community.
I'm just wondering that's what
that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not expecting her to give away her billions to the Black community, but giving things here, doing these things, that's cool, but I feel like it's much more, those are crumbs on the pie for Oprah. And I'm not expecting, I don't want her influence or her input to be a thing of monetary value, because she got enough money to last 100 lifetimes. That don't really hold the weight of supporting her Black community in a certain way. Like, financially, I get what she's doing. That's cool. But when you got enough money to do that and it don't affect too much in your everyday life, you can do that and save face. But money can't replace certain things. So when it comes to, I feel like being vocal about certain issues, like she shut down Harvey Weinstein's talk quick. Mm-hmm. She was very vocal about Bill Cosby and Monique, which Monique didn't hurt nobody. Mm-hmm. She just was loud. Mm-hmm. And that's not the type of Black woman that Oprah sees as a Black
woman. I
mean, I love it, but I'm just saying, when Oprah sees that, it's like, no, because that's a contrast to what I am. You know what I mean? So she shut that down quick. Mm-hmm. Or when Bill Cosby is painted as a predator. Don't get me wrong, that nigga raped people. But he did a lot of stuff for the Black community prior to Oprah's input and exercise monetarily for the Black community. Mm-hmm. But she was very vocal about him, but she's not vocal about her white billionaire counterparts that are in these power rooms and circles that you speak of. Mm-hmm. So it's like, don't use your platform to bash your own people because they don't live up to your standard, because you hang around all of these white people who have an easier way to get to that standard. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's my thing about it. Like, at what point will you stop sacrificing your culture for your game? Mm-hmm. And not culture as in like all Black people, but I'm saying, like, if these are power players in the room, then if you're gonna treat your Black people this way, treat your white counterparts that can move you higher up the ladder the same way in the same regard.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm not here to defend Gayle or Oprah, because I do feel like both of them have made some questionable decisions and have made some questionable stances as to where, like, what their beliefs are on certain things. So, I mean, I do agree with that. Again, I made a video about not even speaking about Gayle and Oprah specifically. I more so was going after Bill Cosby's ass, because I feel like his publicist needs to be fired.
This thing ain't got nothing to lose. Bill ain't making no money. Well, he got money. If you go to Bill Cosby's Instagram page, it is nothing but a whole bunch of content about his ongoing case and him trying to be, I guess, released from prison early or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Who cares? Who go to Bill Cosby Instagram page? Nigga got IG.
He got like
you know what I'm saying?
He got like 40,000 followers. But here's the thing. If you guys go back to like 2014 when all the accusations against Bill Cosby first came out, he tried to harness the world of social media. Like, I think you guys may remember this. He tried to get on Twitter and like do a Q&A session, and people were like, "Nigga, are you crazy?" Like, somebody, they don't know. He's tried to like enter the social media world, but it's never worked in his favor because he's old as fuck, and the people who are working for him are also old as fuck, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
What a lie.
So the fact that you get on Instagram and you want to make these like PR statement press releases on it doesn't make any sense. It's not on brand, and whoever his publicist is, it needs to be fired. Like, if you're gonna do your job and want to let the public know about what's going on with Bill Cosby, then do that, but don't tie in your personal vendettas against Gayle and Oprah and thank Snoop Dogg for speaking out against Gayle and Oprah, and then tying it in and saying, yeah, rest in peace Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the shit is tasteless. It don't even
look MJ
good. It don't even, because Oprah made that documentary about. She was a part of that documentary about Michael Jackson.
See, that's bullshit.
But my thing, but you tying all of these things into one Instagram post, and this shit is terrible. It's tasteless. It doesn't even make any sense. On top of the fact that just 20-30 years ago, you was talking bad about how black people need to be pulling their pants up, and rappers need to use proper grammar and stop talking about women, and y'all need to stop glorifying jail. The very jail that you sitting in right now because Hannibal Buress called your ass out for the very thing that you were saying.
That was a good bit.
And then you're gonna thank Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg back in the day was basically the picture. He was the image of all those things that you were talking about. But because he's dragging two black women through the dirt, you gonna thank him? That don't make no motherfucking sense to me. Sorry, excuse my language. That just pissed me off.
Oh, no. We're definitely NSFW.
I just feel like
100%.
I just feel like,
man,
black women need to be given a certain level of grace, because again, I don't agree with all of what Gayle King and what Oprah have done. I don't necessarily agree with all their stances. However, they've done way more for the culture and for black people than most of the people who have anything to say about them. That's number one. Number two, when black men are fucking up and doing shit, black women are always at the forefront of saving y'all's asses, or sitting down and being nice to y'all and babying y'all and teaching y'all how y'all did wrong, and we kiss on you and we forgive you, and then most of the time y'all come back and fuck up again anyway. But y'all don't have that same grace. Y'all don't have that same grace for black women. It's just like, you can't cancel Oprah.
We're not canceling.
But that's
nobody can cancel Oprah.
Exactly.
She got her own network.
Exactly.
She got a fan base.
Exactly.
At the end of
she on Apple TV now.
At the end of the day, nobody's canceled, period.
Exactly.
Nobody's
But
canceled.
people don't understand what the fuck they're saying when they say cancel. It's just like,
Nobody's
nobody's saying. So
People
you guys,
stupid.
if you want to be against Oprah and not support her, okay, fine. But there is no canceling her. She's still gonna be making her billions of dollars every year until she's dead. So I mean, it's just frustrating to see, like, because I think black men, you guys are very sensitive about the way in which society, especially in terms of like mainstream imagery, how you guys are being seen and perceived, which I understand. But because you guys are so sensitive, and because you guys are always looking for that protection, as soon as you see somebody like flip on you, it's like, oh hell no, get that bitch out of here, fuck that bitch. And it's just like, hold up, wait. It's just like, that's what y'all like. Okay, so I feel like black people as a whole, we just need to learn how to learn to disagree, because when you start doing that, you doing the same shit that white people do. You are now like bringing in white supremacy ideology into our own culture when we treat each other like this. So
I think.
But the thing about that though, like, our prominent figures use their white people culture to get where they are, because they copy their methods. You know what I'm saying?
It's capitalism.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And so, like, that's how they gonna be. They gonna be that. So just don't have heroes.
Fuck
all them niggas, because they all just playing the game.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna keep
hold on, Miss CoCo. So, the interview though. What do you think about
it? Okay, I went off on a whole tangent. I'm sorry. You told me I could go on. You said, okay.
Yeah. But you've been ready to go off on us about this. She be on that ground like, when y'all gonna have women on there? She been holding this up. She been holding this in. Let her get that out. Go ahead.
Hey, I love it. Hey, go.
Okay, so the actual interview with Gayle, and so I've had mixed emotions about it, because I feel like the media has been really irresponsible when it comes to handling the death of Kobe Bryant. I've studied journalism. I work in the world of journalism and broadcast, so I kind of understand what the goal is: always money, clicks, getting people to engage with your content. And I mean, from day one, like I said, I feel like they've mishandled that. And so I to a certain extent, I felt like the interview with Lisa Leslie was unnecessary in general, just because I feel like all these networks and channels have been trying to find something. Let's find us somebody who's attached to Kobe Bryant so we can have a conversation. Lisa Leslie's friend. Okay, let's get her. And I just felt like, okay, if you guys can't have a conversation with anybody of the family, or the family's not giving you enough of whatever it is that you're looking for because they're still grieving or they're still going through whatever they're going through, then let that just be that and leave them alone. Like I genuinely feel like it's just been, honestly, this is probably one of the most shocking deaths that we've seen.
Yeah, because it's
the
first tragedy.
It's the NBA tragedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's the first
We talked
NBA
about that
tragedy.
episode. The first time we've ever had a tragedy in the NBA.
Maybe the biggest tragedy in sports, American sports.
Yeah.
So I think everybody, obviously the media is just trying to eat off of that. So I felt like, first of all, the interview was unnecessary. But since it happened, I do think that Gayle's question to Lisa Leslie in terms of asking about him having a quote-unquote complicated legacy, I do feel like the question was necessary. I don't necessarily think that what it seemed to look like, because Gayle has since come forward and said that it was put out of context. I don't know how that happens, but I mean, I don't understand how that happens when you have a multi-million-dollar contract with CBS and you do have, there's no anchor or there's nobody who doesn't have some kind of producing control. I don't believe that you didn't know that was going to go out and it be in that context.
Not to her level.
I don't know. Because the other flip side of that is a lot of these media companies are putting out clips like that, knowing that it's going to be controversy because it's clicks, it's engagement, that's money. So I didn't like how she pushed that question and kept putting it on Lisa Leslie. I felt like that was very insensitive. Has it been 2 weeks yet since he passed? I don't think so. I think we're going into the second, or it'll be 2 weeks, I think, on Sunday. So it's still very, very fresh. People are still grieving. People are still dealing with the shock of everything that's happened. So I feel like it was too early and it was just very insensitive.
Jade?
Yeah. Well, just piggybacking off what she just said, I don't understand why that interview was needed. Just give the family time to grieve. Let's stop trying to capitalize off this man's death. I'm a huge NBA fan. I love basketball. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Gayle King, I don't care what she says about, she says that it was taken out of context. She shouldn't have even did the interview, period. In my opinion, it shouldn't even happen. Lisa Leslie shouldn't even showed up. I'm still hurt about Kobe Bryant being dead. It's ridiculous. And Gayle King, I don't understand, why bring that up? I understand you're a journalist, you have to talk about hard topics, but it's just too fresh. That's just all I have.
No, she shouldn't have did it.
I do. I think
for real.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
But she got a pattern of doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird that she doesn't go after her rich friends like this. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
But
niggas like Kevin Spacey, Robert Kraft,
Big Joker, little Joker.
You know what I'm saying? Where? All right, so we got a Harvey Weinstein documentary, right? But where Gayle and Oprah interviewed for it, and they are in pictures with this nigga, multiple pictures with this nigga.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So relax.
So the only thing I was gonna say about that is that I feel like these networks like CBS and even I think Robin Roberts on ABC, they usually send them out to interview the black people. I don't think that Gayle King necessarily has control as to she maybe has some suggestions, but I don't think she says, "Oh, I want to go interview this person or that person."
At that point, you're Gayle King. This is the internet era.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to do those?
Because you old as fuck too.
She's out of touch.
But
also,
that's on her. Like that's on her.
So she should be.
She making them.
So she should take ownership.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she should have been blaming CBS.
Yeah, she blamed CBS. She kept saying like it's their fault.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
They all took the video
because she was
gonna
scared.
do.
She's never been dragged like this before.
Exactly.
And she's old, and the only thing that she knows how to do is like occasionally check her mentions on Twitter and seeing what people are liking her stuff, and all of a sudden it's all negative shit, and she's freaking out.
Yeah.
She's probably at her old age probably can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Right,
straight up.
So let's check in with the comments because Matt Brown been getting off.
Oh no,
he
Bell need to come. Like Bell need to come. Bring your ass, boy. I've been telling you the whole time.
The Wayne's family.
That's the homie.
LeBron James.
Good times. That's all.
Lil Jon doing the exact same shit.
He been going.
Akon is giving lights to Africa.
What?
He was responding to her diatribe.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he said was subjective. Shout out to Chauncey Moore.
That's
Salute to you
my
too.
boy. Yeah.
I don't even know what Bad Brown said. Then he was just like, "Ooh."
That's when he was agreeing. That's when he was agreeing.
Oh, yeah, he
with
was
her.
agreeing.
Yeah,
Okay.
his tone changed. He started agreeing.
I love he's translated over here.
He disagreed on something because he never said false.
Yeah.
Then he said, "I can agree with that."
Yeah.
But shout out to Selena Woodle that said no, she was using CBS as a scapegoat.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
So yeah. Shout out to all the live tuners. Keep the comments coming in. We definitely gonna check them as we go. But also wrap up this topic. Give it to the man.
Yeah. Just condense it. Like, I appreciate you, giving me your stream of conscience. We did
all the smoke.
Yeah. Hey,
came in with all the smoke.
Yeah. Hey, we need female energy. We like female opinions. Whether we agree or disagree, whatever the case, it's good to get your perspective out. So I appreciate that. I like that. In regards to the interview, I understand what you're saying. She shouldn't have did it, but I mean, she has bosses. They wanted her to do it.
Yeah.
And I think Lisa Leslie went with the intentions of just like shining a light on her friend, a very close friend. So I think she didn't think that question would come about. But you all were in like journalism, so as a journalist, that's a fair question to ask, to be completely honest. I know it may be distasteful. She could have said it maybe in a different way or reference it in a different way. Like, I'm not a journalist, but I love 60 Minutes. I love Mike Wallace or, Molly Schaefer or Ed Bradley or Ed Gordon from BET. I feel like they would probably ask it in a different way. And because she under contract with CBS, a binding contract, they can present her in any fucking way they want to. Yeah. So, yeah, she used him as a scapegoat, but she know what it was from the beginning. Yeah. I don't have a problem with her asking a question. My thing is, if you're gonna be, I'm not sure if she's a proponent of sexual assault or these types of situations, who are Oprah, but I think people should just be fair. Like, I understand they have a relationship with Harvey Weinstein, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
You're not supposed to be biased in journalism. And
even if, they're not, assigned to do an interview with Weinstein, they do have a platform, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on CBS, to speak about injustices. Oprah has a huge platform, she's very influential. I'm not going to take nothing from Oprah. And, she has a powerful voice. So just as she spoke on Bill Cosby or Michael Jackson or this situation, I feel like she could, the world would like to hear her say something about Weinstein. Mm-hmm. So I leave it at that. Snoop Dogg, I know he was close to Kobe. I don't know if he should have called her a bitch or not, but that nigga old, bro. He was wilding the fuck out.
Man, that's
Bill Cosby, that's just bull. That's just fuckery. That's just complete fuckery. Him chiming in, that's just complete fuckery. So it is what it is. That's just funny though. He don't have no dogs in the goddamn fight. He just wanted to get himself back out there. And it's so ironic that he agreed with Snoop Dogg when Snoop Dogg is like the,
stereotypical nigga.
The nigga that he shunned and talked about, 20 years ago. So that was crazy. But anyhow,
I say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I gotta give a honorable mention to Uncle Boosie because he was cutting up on the internet.
He was wild, bro. Hey,
he been cutting up
that
last
so
month.
Funny.
Boosie Bash is on the way. This nigga's coming. Yeah, go ahead.
That's it, man. But I want to talk about the situation that happened in Michigan State. I'm not sure if you all were familiar with it, but
I have no fucking
call
idea.
or something.
Did we?
Those are fun noises.
It definitely came from the computer. But nah, go ahead. We can keep going.
Michigan State University, their art department wanted to celebrate Black History Month, and
Just the art department?
I mean, but they they put together different art pieces. I'm sure it was a campus-wide thing, but they took it upon themselves. They took initiative to create art pieces in regards to Black history. Mm-hmm. So one of their ideals, their bright ideas, was to make a Black History Christmas tree. And on that Christmas tree, they put different famous Black figures on the tree, hanging from the tree. And
did you see it?
I don't think she. You want to take a look? So they put different historic Black figures on this Black History Christmas tree hanging, and it just so happened a young lady went in the art store to buy some merchandise and seen it, and just was completely tore the fuck apart.
But y'all need to tell people that it's like a wooden tree, so it looked like they're hanging off of the branches.
Yeah,
like not like you can see like the pines,
yeah,
whatever it's called off.
I mean
that's
a traumatizing image nonetheless for Black people. Just the symbolism of us hanging from a tree just didn't sit well, and the internet was tearing their ass out the goddamn frame. So my question I was wanted to pose to you all was like, do you think they had good intentions? Do you think it was like maybe some subliminal messages into it? Or do you think that, they was just out of touch and they just made a fucked up decision, So, which, I mean, we're just asking a question.
Fuck nah, they were not in touch. They knew very well what they were doing. This is not the first time this happened, according to the students at the school.
Yeah.
And
you said the University of Michigan?
Michigan State.
Oh, Michigan State, okay.
Yeah. So according to the students, ain't the first time some shit like that.
Yeah.
At that very same place. And definitely one of them people on that tree look like Michelle Obama. So but that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion. So it's just like, nah, it was definitely just like, fuck shit. And it's fucking February. The fuck are you doing with a Christmas tree in there?
It's a Black History Christmas tree.
Black History Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Wow, when did we start doing those?
It's the art department.
Yeah,
I would expect fucking more, but
trust me, no Black people want to see any Black people as ornaments on trees. We got enough of that shit like to deal with already. It's just fuck shit. Like, yeah, it's fuckery, bro. Like I bet they don't even look at this shit. Like, it was just some silly white people shit, man. And my theory, I ain't got no proof or no credible source of information, so don't expect one. But my theory is that this store is probably ran as a fucking like a co-op.
It's like a gift shop.
Yeah, a gift shop, but I feel like it's probably ran like student work, credit shit. And because who the fuck are they retailing this shit from? Like, that
was a decoration. They,
who's decorating the shop? Like, ain't nobody working.
It was the art students.
Exactly. So, and this is a
that student labor.
What I forget the phrase because I only went to a HBCU when I did go to college. Was the white college term?
Talking about work
PWI?
study?
Yeah, PWI.
Oh.
So this ratchet is as ratchet does, but now like it's a PWI. So majority of the people there already are comfortable enough to be around themselves. Yeah, I mean, man, if they throwing blackface parties at Harvard, these white people are definitely gonna do some fuck shit. But I digress. That's all I got for it.
It's CoCo.
First of all, that tree looked horrible. Like, if they're art students and that was y'all tree, y'all need an F. Y'all need to tighten it up. Y'all something, because that wasn't it. But I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think it was intentional. I think white people just be doing some shit just to be doing it. They don't put any thought behind it, or I don't know.
They trying to be slick, like, oh my god, we didn't know. You got 4.0. Shut up.
And I want to know, because my thing is also this. Somebody had to have approved it too. Like, if it was a department-wide thing, and there was multiple people who saw it, we were like, oh yeah,
that's great.
That's a good idea. So of course we're gonna think that was intentional.
Yeah, I think when things like this happen, they just play up on outrage. They're like, "Ooh, I feel like they knew that this was like out of line. I feel like they knew that they shouldn't have done something like this. They're like, well, we'll get people to see this, and I don't know. It's ridiculous. Like, how do you do this? How? Like,
what school was it at?
Michigan State.
Michigan
Really,
State.
Michigan State. How?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
DJ, what you got, man?
Man, look, all right. So check it. The way art kids work, like
This is an art kid. You and your sister, by the way, y'all. Tell them your sister went to Chicago.
yeah, and she went to SAIC Chicago. Fucking, they probably like they was like, all right, look, we gonna do like some post racism type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to make it sound cool, but at the same time, like, cause in their head they going, all right, look, we can push the boundary and like have people actually think about this shit. No, you fucking dumb fuck. Like, that shit is offensive to people. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, motherfuckers know how niggas feel about that shit. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So obviously you just fucking with people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like this happens.
They do
Like,
it on purpose sometimes.
I feel like this happens like Black History Month every year. Like, it's always some shit.
Or Halloween.
100%.
Halloween too. Like, they
100%.
just,
But I feel like last year was what, Gucci and Louis Vuitton, when all that stuff was coming out. Not Louis Vuitton, it was Gucci and
Gucci.
Prada had
H&M
the
Prada.
blackface
That's what
shit.
I was thinking. Yeah, they like had some products that was just like, nigga, is this blackface?
Yeah, no, like
An H&M thing.
They need to have a black person.
everybody trying to clean up, not putting black people in the like design.
I mean, they need to have a black person sign up on everything. Like, if you're gonna do something for Black History, let's look at it first.
Yes.
So that's offensive.
That gives black people
It's
way too
not
much
gonna
power
happen.
that they ain't
It's not.
So that's much better than having some dumbass white people make decisions on our behalf.
Guess what though? White people don't make decisions on our behalf because that's the way the game is set up.
Capitalism.
Exactly.
But we need a black person in the room.
Yeah. They were fucking completely out of touch. Michigan State as a whole is fucking problematic. The motherfucker shit burnt to the ground. They got they emerged in sexual assault allegations. I'm not sure if y'all know about the doctor that was filling up on the gymnastics athletes and the women.
Oh, that was at Michigan State?
Fucking Michigan State. So they need to burn down. Like, they just I don't know what the fuck going on in Lansing. But y'all motherfuckers need to get that shit right.
I hit up my cousin. I actually have a cousin who is I don't know if it's Michigan or Michigan State, but she's getting a doctorate. I think it's at Michigan State because she's in Lansing.
Yeah, so most definitely.
Yeah.
Or Western Michigan. That's like right.
No, she's in Michigan State.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
talked
yeah,
about
both
this
of those schools are right across the street.
And
from
for our
each
live
other.
streamers, I just called the Audible. We're gonna show y'all this
Shout out to
picture
Rena.
real quick. So
that's
I want y'all to see it for the live streamers and leave us some comments to see what we getting in there.
Shout out to Rena, my A&M fan. Yeah, what's up?
All right, so we got Chauncey Moore said maybe it's me, but seems like a lot of those incidents always happens around February. Happens in February. Yep. Rena, I feel like it happens 24/7.
Yeah,
Halloween too, blackface.
Yep.
That's the main time to be dressed up. Ooh, I want to be a black person for Halloween.
that shit ridiculous. But yeah, on a lighter note, a lighter story. But I'm glad I got y'all young ladies in. I definitely want to get y'all perspective on this. I know y'all independent women, so I definitely want to get y'all perspective on this. Of course, this past weekend was the Super Bowl, but for the Super Bowl, it was also the Stripper Bowl in Miami.
One time for the
the
one
Stripper
time.
Bowl. It was the second annual Stripper Bowl.
Yeah.
They had it in Atlanta last year.
QC and shit, man.
Yeah, so they did it in Miami. Turns out, it was complete fuckery and trash how they treated the strippers. QC from Quality Control, he was like the primary figurehead over the event. Have you heard about this?
I heard about the story,
and it was 350 strippers on, assigned to the project. Most of them was under contract. The minority of them didn't sign contracts, but they had to pay $300 up front, and their fixed income for the whole event was like $750. So all of the cash that was drawn, they by the binding contract, they wasn't not allowed to touch it. So people flew in from Atlanta and all the surrounding areas to go to Miami. They think they're gonna make money, but they signed contracts, most of them, and they didn't get anything but $750. It was a big uproar on the internet, on Twitter. Strippers, had got one-way tickets there. They couldn't afford to leave. They was, blasting them for the event. And, the promoters came out that, hey, y'all signed contracts. Y'all know what it was.
Yeah.
It's just it's unfortunate, and I just want to get y'all perspective on it, what y'all thought about, like, all of that. I honestly, personally, before we even go to it, like, that shit fucked up. That shit lame as hell, for real. Pay them women, man.
Yeah.
Y'all want to use these women, exploit these women. Pay the fucking women.
Pay for a service rendered.
Yeah. So what you got on it, Gene? We're gonna go.
Yeah, I was starting with this.
What you about to say? Put them hoes?
Oh.
Not quite. But nah. First off, fuck them niggas that promoted that, man. Shout out to QC because
That was the promoter, nigga.
No. QC was the host, and they were promoting it, but it was a different.
It was sponsored by somebody?
No, QC was just like, they were under contract, like, oh, we'll bring artists and we're gonna throw money and all of that. But it was a different. The club owners and venues, they had their own promoters that contracted the women.
Yeah, because they had auditions or whatever. They had auditions, but still made these women pay.
They just used QC name.
Yeah, that's.
They didn't. They wouldn't
So
have a
QC
small
didn't
eye.
organize.
Yeah, because Cardi B
No.
said that they didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay.
They were just contracted out there to be there. They
Okay.
wanted celebrities there.
So
to throw
basically,
money.
so what it sounds like is too many hands in the pot.
Not even
Because-
had. No, just some fuck niggas running it.
Well, but that's what I mean.
Not
Because
QC, just the people that either own that venue or rented out the venue and booked QC to come.
So-
That middleman.
this is the question I have. Last year when they did it, did they obviously didn't run it the same way. Did
No,
QC like
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. There's too many hands in the pot. QC should have continued to like run it on their own. However, I would give them the benefit of the doubt in saying that they probably didn't know any better since they were like moving it to Miami
Yeah,
and
they
it was
was in
like
Atlanta
during
last
Super Bowl
year.
weekend. So they probably didn't know how to like organize and manage the event properly. So they probably put it in somebody else's hands. But my thing is this, QC. Oh, I'm sorry. It was your time to respond.
definitely
I'm
was.
sorry. Go ahead.
You bossed up enough on our show.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
taking my time.
Go ahead.
Reclaiming my time.
I'm sorry. I remember you saying that you didn't want to start, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah.
She got you with that.
It's all good. But nah, I was saying like the guys who booked the strippers, those are some fuck niggas. Because you in the Super Bowl, everybody's gonna come and throw money. They're a $750. That's bullshit. You could have gave them at least. Even if they had to pay the audition and they lost that money because they couldn't get there, fine, cool. But it looked like you took every girl that audition. And that, like if that's a gamble that they're willing to take, fine, I get it. But at the same time, you could have had a payout at least capped at even maybe $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. But that's something that they should have been able to. That should have been clean. That should have been clear cut and dry. Now the strippers. They got scammed by some fuck niggas. But at the same time, everybody can't be Cardi, dog. This is not gonna work out the same way it worked out for Cardi.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Not. I'm just saying, like, Cardi had a phenomenal transition from stripper to boss.
You think they trying to become famous?
I'm not saying they trying to become famous.
They trying to eat though.
Yeah, they trying to eat. Don't get me wrong. That's the game. You playing the game, that's the game. But me myself, like, I don't see the value in throwing money for strippers. But unless it's something like very talented. Now, if she climbs to the ceiling and comes straight down to the ground, I might do that. But I'm only in the strip club like once every 5 years, so it's not my thing. And if you didn't read that contract, hey, part of that lies on you too.
For real.
You had money to catch a flight to the Super Bowl. To Super Bowl
buddy
weekend in
pass,
Miami.
dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you had money to get there. There should have been some priorities before booking this flight, like reading that should have took place with this contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't. I can put like 80% on the promoters, but the strippers gotta own that 20%. Like they gotta own that. Like, hey, you made a way down there, you should secure the way back. Like, cause it's fucking Super Bowl. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
And QC, they need to just sit out the Super Bowl. Cause last year, didn't 21 Savage get deported around
One
Super
of
Bowl?
their artists?
No, he's not one of their artists, but the guy Pee Wee that's with QC was like on Instagram begging for money to they find themselves in a losing situation every Super Bowl, bro. Like, they just need to sit out. Like you got a bye week Super Bowl, bro. Like just go.
It's gonna be in Tampa Bay. It's gonna be in Tampa Bay next year, so they not sitting out. But
that's all I got though. But yeah,
it's CoCo. And take your time.
Yeah, now you take
Look, I feel like you guys are throwing shade.
No. You hear what I'm saying? It's a goddamn job interview. I don't know some people watching that can pay you, but hey, just promote yourself.
I got all my time back. You good? You got it.
I kind of want to compare the situation to like when labels are trying to sign artists for the first time and they don't know what the fuck they signing, so they end up like giving away a lot of their publishers and their rights. I feel like it's the same shit with these strippers. They knew those strippers were not gonna read those contracts. Like they knew they were gonna like.
Exactly.
They knew they were gonna flip them over, but I did the math because you said there's 350 strippers, right? And they left there with $750. That's less than $250,000.
Bro, billions of money flowed through Miami.
Cardi B threw that in my
I was about to say, Cardi was bragging about how her and Offset I think threw 150 by themselves.
And none of them strippers got none of that.
Yeah.
And they paid. It was $186,000.
You know, I would have been flipping something.
Yeah.
Something would have been like going in here.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. They had security.
Yes.
Taking the money from the strippers.
That was ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yeah. And it was regular people, patrons stealing money. They was
throwing them out and snatching their purses.
Yeah.
Because like they had people like collecting the money,
Yeah.
and then
they were sitting there counting it.
And then they divvied it out.
Yeah.
They would have been better off sleeping with the people there.
Yeah.
Stripper for them. They probably would have made more money just like, I'll fuck you.
City girl.
Oh, because that money was in that city.
Yeah.
Fucking on the scamming that rich.
The promoters for sure, like, he's so weak.
City girls would have made a killing. They should just been with them. My bad. Go ahead.
They was making money in their songs.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like 350 strippers is too much because. Yes, you are gonna have like if you had that many strippers, I'm gonna expect for like at least a fourth of them to be doing what you was talking about, climbing up to the ceiling and doing the splits all the way down.
There wasn't even no poles in the room.
But a majority of those girls were assigned to various sections, and they just had their ass up in the air the whole night. I don't know. I feel like
those white couches.
That was definitely a scam.
Yeah.
There's no way in the world I'm flying myself anywhere. Putting 350 but from what I understand, like that's part of the game. Like if you're a stripper, you always have to put in that night.
You buy in.
Yeah. You buy in for the night, and then you get your money back. So
they made $100,000 on audition night. Was that 350 strippers, $300 for the tryout?
But they had to pay them $750.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not flying anywhere and being half naked for $750.
Yeah.
Of course.
I know they were.
Strippers pay for themselves. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't think every stripper's trying to be like Cardi though.
Nah.
Yeah.
But trust me,
they out here. They see the dream.
Like Miami was.
They see the dream.
What you think they're trying to do?
Super Bowl. All the NFL players in town. All the rappers in town.
No, there's definitely way too many strippers who are trying to do music.
Yeah.
It's flooded.
They see the dream.
But it's no different. It's no different than a whole bunch of trap niggas trying to be rappers.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
And I don't disagree.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's the same game.
And that ain't talking about necessarily like B Cardi as far as like, a rapper. I'm just meaning as far as B Cardi as in, look, I'm so rich I ain't got to strip no more. You can probably do that stripping. I don't know. I don't donate enough to the cause enough. But I'm just saying like, if you go down there for Super Bowl, you try and make a play.
Yeah.
If you go down there without securing your way back, without reading the contract, you try and make a play.
You're trying to come up on somebody.
Yeah, because you know all the NFL players is there. You know all the rappers are there. That is a A-list game. That is the event in American culture. The only shit bigger than the Super Bowl is Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like
Ted DiBiase.
No, there for sure is a whole bunch of girls who went down. Even like the non-strippers. There's a whole bunch of girls who go down there with a hope and a dream, hoping, okay, I'm gonna put it all out there.
Yeah.
I got my clothes right.
$3 million.
I made they sold their pussy wherever they were.
I'm getting pregnant tonight. That's how
they came up with their $2,000 that week. They got their clothes right. They got they ass up, whatever the fuck. Yep. And they like, all right, I'm gonna sell it. Let's go see how much my pussy is worth in Miami.
Better have a junior. That's what they talk about. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
What you saying?
They finna have a junior. But nah.
What you mean?
Don't worry.
Oh, they finna trap a nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now they see how valuable the pussy was. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like, the stripper should have actually read the contract, but the promoters state that was out of line. And then, like, I feel that's torture though. You got like the whole point of stripping is they throw the money, you catch it. They every time.
That is the whole point.
Yeah,
right.
like, and then they got you see videos online of the people like, oh no, you can't touch that. Get back, bitch. I'm like, no. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I agree with what both of y'all said, but really, like, let them take that money.
Man, nah, don't get over on people.
Yeah,
like,
that's ridiculous.
don't fuck people over. Like, but at the same time, like,
you need to read.
Exactly. Like, tighten up. Like, get on your shit.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't about shit if you ain't on your shit.
Yeah.
But, like, and then I fucks with strippers, man. I'm not gonna lie, but like at the same time, like I get like how it's a fucking waste. It just depends. It just depends on how drunk I am. I
had a worst day after stripper stories. That's why I only go so often, bro. Like,
oh no, see, I don't never let it get past that. Like I just get really drunk, fold up ones in the paper planes, just throw them. And
not
then
paper
like
planes. You are really honest.
But no, like I done had some good times in strip clubs, so like I can't like just bash that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like be about your shit. Like be about your business. Like this is like you selling your body. You need that motherfucker. You better do right by your body.
Yeah.
I wonder. I kind of also feel like there was probably a small percentage of the girls who did read the contracts, but it probably didn't blatantly say this is what the percentages of.
Oh yeah, no,
you know
of
what I'm
course
saying?
it did.
I feel like regardless, they were gonna get fucked.
And they
anyway.
probably told us like, all right, we're gonna have a motherfucker like sweep shit up, we're gonna divvy it out.
I heard they was waiting 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
They was sitting there watching them
7-8 hours.
They was
to get
sleep on the
$750.
Yes, they would sleep on the floor watching them count.
You probably worked that long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
9 to 5.
And then there's videos out there on the internet of them trying to grab money. They're like, no, you can't touch that.
I mean, it was patrons in the club trying to grab money.
Yeah.
I saw a nigga on Instagram was like, don't laugh at me. Don't.
But no,
too much goddamn money. He pulled money out his drawers, out his
I promise, at least $1 billion. A couple bill may have flowed through Miami.
Them facts.
Oh, for sure.
That night.
For sure.
Yeah.
So like
the game cost $10 billion.
my nigga, like
Seats are
just
$7,000 for the game.
loose cash. I'm saying just loose cash.
Cuba brought in they like an extra
motherfuckers
shit
buying
to
drugs. I'm talking about like shit. Motherfuckers buying drugs, prostitutes, and then on top
Just
of
them two alone.
you know what I'm saying? So fucking, I know more money than what they got came to that club.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, them niggas probably racked up like.
The promoters got at least a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
they didn't got like 5 times more.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't like
It's
the
fucked
videos. I mean, like, at the end of the day, they did put themselves in that position, but I don't like the videos on the internet of people laughing at the strippers in the airport.
Yeah,
crying, like,
they were stuck in the airport.
I'ma get home.
Bruh,
I'ma get
they
home.
were
That's
stuck
not
in the
funny.
airport.
They put
That's not funny. That's
although we
sad.
come to the end of the road behind one of the videos, I couldn't even find I was weak. I'm sorry.
No, like
that's fucked up.
I'm emotionally fucked up, so I'm gonna laugh at shit like that.
Laughter
But-
good for the soul.
But
I
they
digress.
did put themselves in that position, but still, like,
Yeah.
everything ain't a joke.
No, that shit fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked
It's
up.
good and fucked up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see it in real life.
So, she got so much smoke for me. I'm gonna get some more ice.
No. I don't know, because it's like on one hand, it's like, I don't know. I do feel like, because I know some strippers personally, and they're like not the smartest, but I also know a lot of strippers.
All your stripper friends gonna be like, you talking about me, bro?
But I know some strippers who are doing it just so that they can like pay off student loans or like, I don't know, put themselves in some kind of like a better situation, not like for the long term. So I don't know, it's like on one hand I feel bad for them, but on the other hand it's just like, I don't know, I feel like more than ever today that people are like extremely greedy.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel like it was like this 20 years ago. It's capitalism, but it's like people put that above, like more people. Like I think there used to be a lot of people who had integrity, but like more than ever now you have people who are putting like money above like their own morals and their own ethics.
I'm trying to read the comments real quick before we take
fouled.
record.
He fouled. Carlos fouled.
Enough blame to go around from the club, promoters, strippers, and QC.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think he was laughing at his paper plane with the dollar shit.
No, he was like, them motherfuckers couldn't book a round trip. He fouled. That's wild.
Hey, buddy pass, my nigga.
Oh, that's Adrian.
Okay.
Hey,
Shout out to Cole.
Nigga.
Yeah, Charles.
Buddy
shout out.
pass.
That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
You already know how that shit.
Let me say the information, but people not reading those things because they looking at Gayle King and Kobe Bryant
Yeah.
situation. They
Yeah,
not
we're
looking
looking
at stuff that like is
we
in
so
our own
focused
backyard.
on celebrities
so.
that we don't really focus on what really matters. Right.
And that's a big deal,
All right.
So we back.
Yeah, we back. Go ahead, just start from talking about closing up the stripper bowl, bro.
I mean,
Fire Fest of strippers.
yeah, the Fire Festival of strippers, like. The owner of all the V Lines or whatever, the CEO, he was saying like they probably made like $600,000 on bar, the gate to get in, and just like different, miscellaneous shit. Then they probably cleared like $2 million cash in profit, and they had to pay the strippers the $350 as a whole, like $186,000. If they would just gave them $1 million in cash, that's $2,800 a piece. They could at least did that, but whatever. He said that strippers should have known what they was getting themselves into, so they to blame too. But I feel like, man, look, it's enough money to go around. Be fair. These women, you won't have the event if it wasn't for the goddamn women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. These women gonna probably, after that shit, they probably sold they body, whatever. And ain't nothing wrong with it, because whatever. It's Super Bowl weekend, it's capitalism, get your money, whatever. That's why you down there, fuck it, do it. But my thing is, like, don't be a worm. Like, I feel like the promoters, they're fucking worms.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna absolve QC or whatever the fuck
Your
his name
brand
is.
attached to it.
Fuck that nigga. He was trying to absolve himself from the situation, but no, nigga, you just.
Are you talking about P?
Yeah.
Pete.
I mean, I feel like, cause I mean, he hosts the first annual event. He hosts the first annual event in Atlanta last year. I feel like, man, you have a voice. Like, they use you to primarily promote the goddamn event. Yeah. So don't try to absolve yourself from the situation. Like, you should be more vocal. If you love strippers like you say, man, make sure take care of them motherfuckers. Because, I'm sure they're going to want to do it again next year in Tampa Bay. And it might be the same situation because it's still vulnerable women that's looking for the opportunities to make money. So fuck that. Like, I feel like he just as guilty.
Yeah,
in my opinion, I feel like
Cardi B and I'm like, well, not Offset, but Cardi B came out and made a video talking about how we put money out there, but we weren't involved in the promotion and all that.
That's bullshit. Because
if
they went there,
a lot of strippers were standing around like it was a concert.
Yeah, she said that too.
And she bust her ass as a stripper. She was famous and still standing on bar stool shaking her ass.
Nonetheless, I feel like they have a very large voice, and I feel like they could have been more vocal within the situation. They could have got more, I guess, involved. I don't know if it's like a strippers guild or a strippers like labor union and those shit, but I feel like they could have, been more vocal and helped those strippers get more money.
For sure.
So,
I mean, they come from Atlanta. Atlanta's like one of the meccas for like strip culture. So
and I stayed in Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's where the best strip clubs at.
Yeah, so I think they for sure should have like helped clean that up or at least find some way to rectify it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Like the Porch Creek Indian store, we're not going to talk about that because we'll talk about that another time. Bro.
Yeah, no, we can get all
We're
into
going
it.
to the, yeah.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna. We're gonna say that, but you know, I'm big on the election. These Negroes, they ain't
the fucking debate.
I'm
the debate was today, nigga.
They don't believe in. Y'all don't believe in voting.
Oh no, I'll vote. Like, so my whole thing is like I'm super objective about all that shit. So like I understand like the importance of voting because hell, you gotta vote for your local shit, which affects your fucking national shit.
You know what? Let's not go there right now. Let's wrap up the actual episode just for now. But live streamers, stay tuned. We'll dive into this about 30 minutes so we can get this going for like a bonus for the live streamers. So before we go, Jade, thank you for coming back and kicking it with us. You know how shy you is. We appreciate you being here. Coco, you definitely gonna have to see me off camera. I got hands for you.
Wow.
She gotta come back though.
I'm just
gotta come back.
But I appreciate the smoke that you brought. I fucking loved it.
I didn't feel like it was smoke. I just felt like it was a different perspective.
You came out the gate swinging.
I mean, she was giving her respect.
I got the replay button.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Corey. Corey wants me back, so I'm coming back.
I want you to come back too, but I'm be prepared next time.
Okay. All right.
But nah.
You know what you're dealing with now.
Yes, I do. But you've always been down, even since since I first met you, and even when we did the pop up. So that was dope too, because you just came in. Cause niggas don't like to read. I was like, oh yeah, she gonna be 100 when she get to this show.
That's true. I need to plug my stuff real quick.
Yes,
okay.
Go
So
ahead,
follow me on social media at I am the real CoCo, and you can listen to my podcast, CoCo's Tea. You can listen to it anywhere you stream podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, anywhere you listen to podcasts. CoCo's Tea is there.
Yes, ma'am. Also download Hood Niggas Need Love too. Shameless plug for my own music. New merch is coming soon. The website should be launching in a few. I just gotta tweak a few more things. But live streamers, stay tuned. That is the Phasing Octopus, who we call DJ, who is a DJ amongst 7 other things. I am Eugene Wright. The homie Wu-Tam could not be here tonight, but salute to him. This is your host, C. Noah. We are the Sweet Life Podcast.